Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky. As you all have seen the title, and this is the month of October, so I will be talking about Halloween. Today, Halloween is the second most popular holiday celebrated next to Christmas in America every year. By the end of August, you will start seeing the stores filled with Halloween stuffs like costumes, candies, pumpkins, skulls, skeletons. An average of $9 billion are spent on this day. Approximately $2 billion are spent on just candies, $3 billion on home decor, and the most expensive of them all is for the costumes. In that, $400 million is just spent for the pet costumes. Families celebrate by encouraging their kids to wear costumes like princesses, witches, superhero characters, favorite Avengers, and people love carving pumpkins and place them near the windows and doors to drive out the evil spirits from their house. So what is Halloween? If we look back at the history, Halloween is originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, where people would light bonfires and wear costumes to scare off the ghosts or the evil spirits. It was believed that at this time of the year, the invisible gates of the natural world and the spiritual world would open up, allowing free movement between these two worlds. On the night of October 31st, the Celtic people would celebrate this festival of Samhain, where they believed that the spirits of the dead would return back to the earth. All Saints' Day or All Hallows' Day is the day where people honor the dead. Hallows meaning holy or saint. The eve of All Hallows Day is called as the Halloween. So basically it's a devil's holiday, and most people celebrate it or observe at least a little bit of its traditions. So what are the traditions and customs of Halloween? Trick and treat, wearing costumes, pumpkin carving, and friendly gatherings. You will find children running door to door shouting trick and treat. The treat is usually some form of candy, and sometimes even money is used instead. The trick refers to prank or a threat to perform mischief on the homeowner or the property if he refuses to treat. The custom of trick and treat started in the ancient times with the belief that the invisible gates between the natural world and the spiritual world is the weakest. So on this day, the supernatural beings would be roaming on the earth, threatening and haunting people if the people didn't put a treat or something outside their homes to please them. Hence the name trick or treat. The second most popular tradition that we see is wearing costumes. This too has a similar origin like the trick or treat. The Celtic people would wear costumes, masks, or paint their faces to represent the spirits of the dead and would go house to house in exchange for a treat. The next significant tradition or custom of Halloween is pumpkin carving, which is also called as jack-o'-lanterns. The Celtic priests would practice witchcraft, human and animal sacrifices over the bonfire and carry the severed heads around the town. Soon people started the tradition of carving faces on the pumpkins and placing them outside the houses. We also see similar traditions among the people who follow Santeria, who invite the goddess Oshun, also known as the demon of the river, into their houses. So guys, in this modern day society, we all stand and support for various causes by carrying symbols or practices such as symbol for peace, different colors of ribbons to support cancers, and recently we had ice bucket challenge to support the ALS disease. So keeping all these things in mind, and also the history of Halloween with all the practices and what they actually stand for, I would leave it up to you guys to decide if you want to stand and support this cause by honoring this day. And even substituting this day with other harmless events is also like honoring this day. Halloween stands for death and God stands for life. In these modern days, many churches feel to keep the people entertained and keep them involved in the church, they try to celebrate the day as harvest or softening up the Halloween practices by dressing up the kids in their favorite superhero costumes or biblical heroes. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There is a way that seems good to a man, but the end of it are the ways of death." Also in 1 Corinthians 10:21, "You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons." We can see that we cannot be a part of this world at the same time a part of God. 2 Corinthians 6:17 says, "Therefore come out from among them and be separate, says the Lord, and do not touch the unclean thing, and I will receive you." So we should be careful and keep a check on what we are standing for and what we are part of. Jesus came to this world to die on the cross for you and me and resurrected from the dead to give us life. That's why we celebrate the resurrection, and Halloween is just the opposite of it, which celebrates the death. So we have to be very careful to what we compromise for, because the word compromise means to reduce in quality or value. So it's always a give and take compromise. If you give something to it, you're likely to take something back from it too. So if you give into these practices, you're definitely going to take something from it. Also on this day, the witches and the warlocks come together to perform witchcrafts and worship Satan. Honoring this day of any kind makes the devil rejoice over you. Our God is a jealous God. Exodus 20 says, "You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who practice this." So guys, devil is an identity stealer. Dressing up in Halloween costumes is just an illusion that devil creates in our minds to change the identity that God has predestined for us. So I wanted to share all this with you guys, hoping that after watching this video, you will not be in ignorance. Thanks for watching guys. See you until next time, and this is Beckets of Love.